You know, I have said for a very long time that not just maybe the best animation studio in Hollywood, but I believe for a very, very long time that the best studio, period, in Hollywood was Pixar. Pixar had a streak of like, I think they had an 8-year streak where 6 of their films were the #1 critically rated films of the year. They just crank out successful films. They crank out great films. They've had a few stumbles here and there, but overall they're pretty incredible. Now, of course, they've been treated like dog shit under Bob Chapek lately. But aside from that, whenever a Pixar film is coming out, it's something to look forward to. And they just dropped, just this morning, a brand new trailer, the first trailer for their upcoming film, Elemental. Now, when I first heard of Elemental, and we heard the concept, they give a very, very vague concept of it, right? To me, I thought, oh, so this is Inside Out. This is going to be just like Inside Out, except with these little cartoony characters that are emotions. We're going to have little cartoony characters that are elements or whatever. Wasn't really sure what it was going to be. So when Taylor came bounding in here this morning going, there's an Elemental trailer. That's exactly how he sounded. There's an Elemental trailer, just like that.
A little bit higher pitched.
A little higher pitched.
A little higher pitched.
And he came in. He was very, very excited about the Elemental trailer. Did not know what to expect from it. So he popped it on. I'll tell you what. I really like this trailer. It's very, very simple. It is, by all definition, a initial teaser. I mean, we don't know anything about the movie. It just gives you a sense of the tone of just a little bit. But what becomes clearer in it is that Pixar is doing something that they have really never done before. They're doing a straight up romantic comedy. I watch this and I'm like, they're doing a rom-com. And I'll tell you what, I was taken immediately. I was grinning and I was smiling like when the woman with the pots and the baby dirt came out of the pots. I mean, just everything about it was really, really cute. And so this is not what I was expecting out of this film. But I'll tell you what, if Pixar is now going to try to lean a little, not adult as in mature, but a little bit of more adult themes, like things that more adults, because here's the great thing about Pixar, Rob. Pixar, I've said this for a long time. Pixar has never made what I would call, they've never made kids films. Pixar makes what I call kid-friendly films. I go so far as to say they're not even family films. They're family-friendly films. Because when you go back, they have this tradition. You go back to even something like Incredibles, right? 60% of Incredibles, kids under 13 will have no idea what they're talking about, right? Because it's all, a lot of it, that stuff is targeted at adults. People are middle-aged and stuff like that. That's the brilliance of this. So to see them kind of lean into a genre like this, I not only go, well, that's a bold step to take. I kind of think to myself, I'm surprised they haven't done it up till now, but it looks good. What did you think about the trailer?
Well, first of all, I thought there was more wit, whimsy, creativity in 60 seconds in that trailer than you see sometimes in a whole year in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That just the idea. I wonder if like in a story session, they're sitting around going, what if we could take the periodic table of elements and use that as a basis and we'll come up with a movie based on that, you know, and then they turn it into just this character walking through the subway car, seeing all of these different characters, and those interactions were so clever and so fun. And it totally puts a smile on your face. And then at the end, you get this meet cute. And even on the poster we just showed, elements react. Come on. I mean, the intelligence.
It's educational too, Rob.
I mean, but the intelligence and the thought behind movies like Inside Out or Up, or like you said, John, you know, when I was a kid, I remember seeing, like, you know, even on Disney Plus, the first movie I ever watched on it was That Darn Cat, which was a live action Disney movie from the 60s. But it was all full of adults, except for Haley Mills. And they used to make children's programming that it assumed kids were smart, and it didn't pander to them. And like you said, Pixar's movies are very smart. Even a movie like Cars, which is more overtly for children, I think, than anything else, is still really it's a smart movie. But you look at Elemental, if you're an adult watching this, it's really clever. So you can't not, and look at the opening 10 minutes of Up.
Oh my God. Well, Up, look at the whole nature and themes of Inside Out, which we were talking about. You look at the themes of WALL-E.
I mean, these are films, like you said, they're kid-friendly, but these are these are movies that they're moving, they're emotional, they're engrossing, they're creative, they're great stories first and foremost that give you characters that you can't forget. You know, and I think back to, you go back to Toy Story, or even a movie that I dearly love that nobody seems to talk about, A Bug's Life. I love A Bug's Life, and like nobody talks about A Bug's Life, and so
was that James Wood that was Chopper.
It was so.
I think it was James Wood to do the voice. Yeah,
and all the characters in that movie, but everything that Pixar has done, I don't think, you know, we talk about the MCU being the most successful financially, but man, Pixar, as far as pound for pound creativity at that studio, you can't do better. I
got to admit, me being who I am, when I watched this trailer, the first question that came to my mind was, okay, how are they going to have sex? I mean, I get it. It's a Pixar film. We are probably not going to see the bumping of uglies in a Pixar film. I was thinking, like, he just touched her hand and there was like this evaporative reaction, right? So as Rob, you pointed out beforehand, it'd be the world's worst case of fire crotch. I mean, how does that happen? Come on.
Hey, she's a redhead, John. That's all I need to know.
I'm just the only one brave enough to say it out loud. We're all thinking the same thing. How does this happen? Everybody's thinking the same thing. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What did you think of the trailer for Pixar's Fire Crotch? Whatever you thought about it, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Way to take something sweet and innocent and just ruin it, John. Yeah, I know. Anyway. We want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. Guys, my wife Ann and I love using HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. When you subscribe to HelloFresh, you can check Save Money off of your fall to-do list. HelloFresh is 25% cheaper than takeout and even less expensive than grocery shopping too. And HelloFresh works with your ever-changing schedule. Plans are flexible and you can choose your meals for the week, update your preferences, or change your delivery day all in the HelloFresh app. Now, you know Ann and I are both working professionals, so when it comes to dinner time, it can be a bit of a challenge. We don't really have time to cook and we don't want to eat out all the time. And that's why HelloFresh comes through so clutch for us. Not only do we get to eat delicious, nutritious food, but Ann and I both have a lot of fun getting to cook together, following the easy-to-follow steps in getting the meals made. So go to HelloFresh.com/Campea65 and use the code Campea65 for 65% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Campea65 using the code Campea65 for 65% off plus free shipping.